The Gulls join the fight against cancer and will introduce you to a member of the Gulls who has an inspiring story.
The Gulls made history on the ice on a night when two brothers faced off against each other.
And an educational trip to the world-famous San Diego Zoo as one of the Gulls gets behind the scenes.
We have that and more now on Gulls All Access.
For Karen, wrap around.
Hello everyone, I'm Emily Harlan with Andy Zilch. We're here at the Rady Children's Ice Rink at Liberty Station.
Each season, the hockey world unites and chips in on the fight against cancer.
It's called Hockey Fights Cancer. The initiative is designed to raise awareness and funds for cancer research. Here's a look at what the Gulls did on that special evening. The Gulls donned a different look for Hockey Fights Cancer Night. They wore purple in honor of the evening.
Each fan was given a Hockey Fights Cancer card to write down the name of a loved one affected by cancer.
Then, during the game, there was a moment of awareness when fans raised those cards to honor those individuals.
Fans, the San Diego Gulls have teamed up with the American Cancer Society to fight cancer. We now ask that anyone affected by cancer, please stand up and show your support for the American Cancer Society.
Following the game, the Gulls' special jerseys were auctioned off to raise money for cancer research.
I got Ryan Johnston, and my last name is Johnston, so that made it appealing. I have this would be jersey number 33. Well, you know, this jersey was $320. Most of my jerseys range from $500 to a little over $1,000. It was a great bargain for me, and it's a great new collection item. So,
I got Stellars. He's been having great games, and I really like the way he plays.
Great. No, look at him, he took some photos. There you go.
It's amazing. It's a great cause. I love the foundation. I love the work they do. It's going to help with the cancer and try to get a cure.
From the ice to the auction, all are hopeful that hockey's contribution to fighting cancer can somehow lead to a cure.
Turns on the Jets on the far wing. Shoots! Scores!
On Hockey Fights Cancer Night, the Gulls were proud to honor a season ticket holder and a member of their family, Ashley Keenberg, who is still battling cancer.
The team invited her behind the scenes on game day, honored her with a video tribute, and she even got to drop the ceremonial puck. Ashley was kind enough and courageous enough to share her story with us.
It's hard, you know, to get the initial diagnosis and to like comprehend what's going on, and like, yeah, your life's gonna change, but like some days I'm sad, or like I don't feel like doing much, but like if I know there's a game going on, like it actually like gives me a purpose to leave my house and like get out and go do something that just totally distracts me from like my reality for a little bit.
Ashley, this
Yes.
is Ashley. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Awesome, awesome. You can come join us here?
No, you just a little. Yep.
Pytilla, Pie, Sammy, Chase, Wides, Hack, and Stoller and Net.
All right.
Opening lineup?
Sounds good.
You got the opening lineup.
Okay.
Boys, here we go. Where are you, Sam? You got a little something here, Sam?
Yeah, actually, just on behalf of the guys here, we want you to know that we're with you in this fight, and we're so happy to have you here tonight. So,
Good job.
we got you a little something here. Get you to throw that on there. Throw it on, eh? Here.
Got her?
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't have much to say, but you know what? You got to get somebody there, all right? That's who we got the fight for here tonight, all right? Ash, you got the starting lineup. Here we go.
Right. Starting tonight is going to be Pie, Sammy, Chase, Wides, Hack, and Stoller in net.
There you go, boys. Good job. Thank you. All right, that was awesome.
I've been a Gulls fan since I was a little kid. it's become like a obsession for me, kind of. Like, I love the fundamentals of the game, and you know, when you get a good team like we have and like get to know them on and off the ice, like it's really cool how like you can connect with players and stuff like that, and they're just nice people, and just how intertwined the Gulls organization has become into San Diego, and like how they incorporate their fans into everything, and just the unity between fans and players and the team, and you know, the whole organization. Like, I think that you don't find that a lot of places, especially like in other hockey leagues, and especially not the NHL or anything like that. Like, it's just so special, the connection that we have between us and the organization.
Gulls fans, it is now time for our ceremonial puck drop. Please welcome Gulls season ticket holder and cancer survivor, Ashley Keenberg. All right, Ashley, whenever you're ready, drop that puck. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Keenberg with our ceremonial puck drop.
Good luck tonight. I've met so many people from just coming to games and like being assimilated into everybody, and like they've become such a close part of my my life now. I love knowing that everybody was like actually genuinely like worried about me, and like they cared how I was doing, and so like that to me like means a lot, like more than they probably ever know.
Gulls fans, please welcome to the game Gulls season ticket holder and cancer survivor, Ashley Keenberg.
It's just overwhelming, the amount of like support I had this summer since like I found out that I had cancer again. They're awesome people. I mean, like everybody has like reached out to me and like tried to find out if I was okay. They would go contact my girlfriend to find out if I was doing okay. Like, they wanted to come see me, you know, and just find out how I was doing. And so that's what keeps me coming back to games over and over again. I try to be positive and have like a good outlook on everything. You know, just take it one day at a time. It might not be easy, but you'll get through it.
The Gulls, Ashley's entire seating section, and hundreds more are rooting for her to make a full recovery. Coming up, it's a battle of brothers as the Gulls captain faces an opponent from his own family. Gulls All Access will be right back. Here's a great gift for the hockey fan in your life. The Gulls Holiday Pack includes 2 tickets to 3 games, a Gulls stocking, and holiday card set. To order, go to sandiegogulls.com/holidaypack.
The San Jose Barracuda recently came to town, and it was a family affair.
Gulls captain Sam Carrick faced off against his younger brother Trevor, who is a defenseman for San Jose.
But it wasn't just the brothers. The parents were in the arena as well.
We're pretty excited because they haven't really played against each other in a number of years, so this is fun that they're both in the Pacific Conference, and it's going to be exciting, and we're going to get some good road trips out of it. So.
You get skinnier? Your head getting bigger?
We've got four boys playing. So they have an older brother that started playing AAA, and he was the one that went to the OHL, and the other boys all kind of followed in behind him. And so all 4 played in the OHL, and they all grew up on their grandpa's farm playing pond hockey. And every Christmas, when if they make it home, we always have a little game out there if the pond's frozen. So
that's got to be good. Eh? Oh yeah, soda after the game. Yeah, maybe a soda or 2. Oh yeah.
So we used to team up the oldest to the youngest and the 2 middle together. So Sam and Trevor were always partnered together when they played ball hockey. So there was not a lot of competition. They were always on the same team.
But they're always competitive in the OHL, and with their older brother and their younger brother. So.
Well, you got one that's playing forward, one playing defense, so it happens a lot. Yeah. Right? They're constantly like in each other's faces, and sometimes I have to just kind of
enjoy it as long as they don't fight. Hey?
Or is it's not to you, right? Yeah. No, you're taking it. Low bump, yeah. Not to me. No.
I'd say Sam's got more of a leadership type role, whereas Trevor, I'd put him
well,
more
they
as
have
like
different leadership styles, I guess.
different leadership styles, but Sam's got that true leadership style, and Trevor just is a hardcore competitive kind of
Yeah, he's played the captain role before in junior hockey, and so I think he'll make a good captain and help the younger players out. So.
Yeah, Boyle.
Yeah, as Jane says, it's kind of surreal. So, so we're really lucky that we can get out here and enjoy it. So, looking forward to it tonight.
We're proud of him. Great city for the kids to be playing in, both between San Jose and San Diego. Like, how good does that get, right? Great fans and just a great place to be.
In on a breakaway, Eric scores!
That game against the San Jose Barracuda was much more than a family reunion.
That night, Sam Carrick became the first player of the AHL Gulls franchise to score a hat trick at home as San Diego filled the net with 9 goals.
Drops my board.
On maybe, Kluse in, shoots! 1 minute, 12 seconds in, Justin Kluse gives the Gulls a 1-0 lead.
That's it, boys.
To work it down low, scores! Alex Bonhurst, 3 straight games with a point.
This guy scores highlight reel goals only.
By Brett Lundestrom, cross ice, Carrick shoots, scores! 3-2, Sam Carrick with a rifle over. In on a breakaway, Carrick scores! His second of the night.
Let's go, Sammy. Woo! What's up, boys? Yeah.
To Kluse down low, Carrick scores! Get those hats out!
Yeah, baby! It's your turn!
Sammy.
That's right.
The first hat trick in San Diego by a Gulls player in their American League history. Rebound, they score! Alex Josty makes it 6-3. Kiefer Sherwood in the clear, scores! Justin Kluse shoots, scores! 8-3. To DeLeo, scores! 9 goals for San Diego, the most in their 5-year history.
Does it make that hat trick even more special to know that your family's in the crowd to witness it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they watch every game, whether it's, the next morning on the East Coast time. But, to have them down here, they only come visit a couple times a year. So it's always fun to, play in front of them. And, anytime that, they're in the crowd, it's always fun to, make them proud and get the win, obviously. And, for Trevor, tough night tonight for him. But, we played these guys, 9 or 10 more times. So, lots more hockey to play.
Andy, the Gulls really turned it around after that 0-6 start, including that 9-goal game and a team record 8 wins in November. What has been the difference?
Well, I think the team just getting that chemistry that we talked about last episode, and then getting the monkey off the back as well. Getting that first victory, getting in the motions of playing hockey consistently. They didn't have many consecutive games during that first month of October. And then once you get into November, you see the stretch of 6 games and 9 nights, and then most recently, 3 games and 4 nights. That paved way for a lot of success, a lot of chemistry, and a lot of building off of their former opportunities.
Some leaders lead by example. Sam Carrick's hat trick is an example of that. How would you describe his leadership style so far?
Well, that also leading by example, but he's also kind of guy who will go in, he'll show everyone what to do, he'll speak up, he'll get opinions from other players.
Looking ahead as we move into December, what needs to happen for the Gulls to be able to continue their success in November?
Well, I don't think the schedule's really helped this team much. You have that 6 and 9, but then you also have a long layoff where you have 1 game in a week, and that's happened 2 different occasions. So the team's practicing very hard. There's been some tough practices early on in the week. Head coach Kevin Dineen's making sure that the team stays on top of it, stays in that game mentality. I think that's going to be the biggest focus, and then obviously translating that into the games.
Thanks, Andy. Well, coming up, it's not your normal trip to the zoo. Chase DeLeo takes you inside the enclosures to get up close and personal with the animals.
I think being able to feed them and get that up close to them is pretty special.
And the Gulls are always in the community spirit. This time, they're downtown serving meals to kids in need of a break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Hockey fans, you can catch our next edition of Gulls All Access December 19th at 3:30 p.m. right here on Fox 5.
Being a professional hockey player has its perks. Just ask forward Chase DeLeo.
Recently, he got the chance to go behind the scenes and into some enclosures at the world-famous San Diego Zoo.
Morning, Chase.
Morning, how's it going?
Going really well, man. I heard your day off.
Yes, it is.
And I've also heard that you grew up on a family farm.
Yeah.
So on your day off, I'm going to put you to work. You want to be a keeper for the day?
Let's do it.
All right, cool. Chase, our first stop is going to be giraffe for you, and I'm going to hand you off to our keeper, Erica, here.
Perfect. Hi, Erica.
Erica, Chase, Erica.
Nice to meet you.
Chase. Welcome. We're excited to have you here with our giraffe and get some breakfast ready for him.
This is so cool.
I know. Oh, they're amazing. You're gonna love it.
Look at them.
So they're known as the watchtowers of the savannah. So for them, they're very observant. They really don't miss anything. So obviously, you know, we didn't get you set up in the khaki. So they know that someone new is hanging out in here with them.
Oh, I can't wait.
Now, what we were trying to do here was challenge the giraffe, right? So they've got these holes they have to reach their tongue through to grab the treat.
So, what did you think of one of the tallest mammals?
It's incredible. It was the coolest thing I've ever done. I think being able to feed them and get that up close to them is pretty special.
Just now, from your experience with the giraffe, that one-on-one moment is really kind of special.
Yeah, definitely.
And our goal in offering that in certain areas of our facilities is that if we can really get the guests to fall in love with the animal and feel that connection, the next thing they usually ask is, you know, are they endangered or how can I help? And we do conservation all around the world. So it's one of those opportunities we see that if we can help foster that connection, and reconnecting people and wildlife, that they're going to join us in our conservation efforts.
Absolutely.
So that's one of our big goals.
That's a great idea,
We're gonna go meet some of our koala colony.
Perfect.
We have the largest collection of koalas outside of Australia here at San Diego Zoo.
Unreal.
So we have lots of mouths to feed.
Perfect.
So all of our joeys this year were born like 3 weeks apart, April 1st, April 7th, and April 18th. Super important for us to know that the joey is gaining weight, and we can tell that it's eating and it's healthy, you know, in that respect as far as definitely getting its belly full with mom here.
This is incredible.
Enjoy the rest of your keeper day.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
One of the things I hope you get out of your visit today, being a keeper for the day, not just the care and keeping of our wonderful animals, but also an understanding that it's a lot more than just the zoo. I think a lot of people don't necessarily realize, but I think you're finding out, and we'll find out more, the idea of the modern zoo is really where conservation starts, and we're able to do so much for these species based here at the zoo, but also then all of our conservation we're doing around the world as well.
It looks like Chase had a good time. We'll see more of his visits with some very interesting animals on the next edition of Gulls All Access.
But on a more serious note, the San Diego Gulls donated their time and visited a shelter to reach out to homeless youth ages 18 to 25.
We're at the Urban Street Angels here in downtown San Diego, and this is just kind of part of our bigger mantra to make sure that we're connecting with the San Diego community.
All of our youth are homeless and also deal with mental health issues. Most of all, it's getting them productive. So we help them in their IDs or any documentation that may have lost or need. We get them into school full or part-time, jobs full or part-time. And once they get out of our program, we get them into long-term housing or reconnect them to the healthy family that some of them may have.
They seem to be able to, you know, bounce their situation off each other, and I think that'll help them, you know, in the long run with whatever they got going on in their lives.
It's just a way to give back and kind of connect with some of the good folks here.
The food was amazing, but I think it's good for our youth as well because they get to interact with players and people that they've never rubbed shoulders with and talk to them, ask questions. Teaching them hope, teaching them sustainability, that they can do it, that they're not losers, that they can make it. A lot of times they've been told that they can't for some reason, but they can.
I'm proud of being part of this community, and I'm really proud that our players are willing to give back this way.
Many of the Gulls players enjoy golfing, but this outing features a little bit of a different spin.
We followed a group of the Gulls players as they were tested by Petco Park's unique 9-hole layout.
All right, guys, ready? 1, 2,
3.
Awesome. There we go. Let's go.
Could be good. Oh, it wants to draw. Sit.
Yeah, that was a double play. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Shake it off. Dude, this is actually sick.
Can I throw the hat on at some point?
These guys are competitive, so what began as a night out for fun became a competition.
He's got a pitching wedge. Adjusted yardage, 120 yards. Fantastic.
Get back. Home run, touch them all, Luke. That was the 8-iron. Touch them all. I'm a joke.
The putting competition heated up, but unfortunately for Luke Gastick, it didn't count in the final results.
He's got the line now. He's got the line now. Let's go. There we go. Thanks, boys. Appreciate you.
Let's have a good finish here. All right, what do we got?
Chris and Alex are tied right now for the lead. It's coming down to the 9th hole right here. That's gonna work.
After 9 holes, just one proud goal could be deemed champion.
Honestly, the key was just kind of going last and getting a read off the other guys. So a couple hundy for sure, some free Sonic on the way home here. Fortunately, I'm driving, so I got to drop everyone off. So drink my milkshake on the way home, I guess.
Boys, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Great round, boys.
Yeah, great round, guys.
Great round.
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll catch the guys on a more normal golf course later in the season to see if Chris can hang on to his title as Gulls golf champs.
That's all we have for this edition of Gulls All Access. For the cast and crew, Emily Harlan, my name's Andy Zilch. Thanks for watching Gulls All Access.
Champion.